Hi everyone, this video is hopefully to give a bit of help to those people out there who are struggling a little bit because things keep on changing all of the time. It's to give a bit of guidance, a bit of information that might give you a bit more to help you get through to the next phases of what we're going through. Obviously the government are changing guidelines all the time. Industries are opening and then closing. We went from up to 30 people at a wedding down to 15 again. We've seen Cineworld were open, had movies in, or had cinema goers in, but have now closed again. So these things are happening quite frequently. Local lockdowns are being discussed and muted. Obviously, as cases rise up and down, it makes it very, very difficult. So what is it that we can be doing as a group to help us to get through the other side? The first thing is just to remember, it sounds a bit harsh, but you can't please all of the people all of the time. It's very difficult to pacify everyone, and everyone's relationships and everyone's circumstances are going to be really, really different. So it's very difficult to try and make sure that everyone's always happy. And again, as an employee or as a business owner, just be mindful that it's okay that you don't get along necessarily, so long as it's, again, not against your core values, but it's okay that you can't please everyone all the time, and just to try and move along as best as you can. The second thing to do, again, as a business owner, just prepare for the worst. It sounds a bit sort of naive and a bit not naive. It sounds a little bit on the negative side, a bit doom and gloom, to prepare for the worst. Well, it's not necessarily that you're going to get the worst, but having those preparation plans in place means that if something did go wrong, or we did get back into the situation of a complete and utter lockdown again, you know that you've got a plan in place that you can turn to. What happened at the beginning of the year is that we found that people had to react very, very quickly. Well, don't wait to react this time. Don't be reactive. Try and be more proactive and put a plan in place. And you'll always find then, if you've got a plan for the worst in place and it doesn't happen, that's going to be great. The next thing, mute the negative influences, and that's a really difficult thing to do. You could have been friends with people for a long time, and you could have employees in your business that have just become so negative and frustrated that they're not necessarily any good anymore. And again, from the employee perspective, if you've got people there that are negative and they're constantly undermining everything that's being done or said, obviously offer the support that you can. There are plenty of people out there that can offer the support to help those people to reflect differently and to act differently. But ultimately, it's if it's bringing the rest of your workforce down, they need to be taken out of the business. Similarly, on the social side of things, if there are people that are constantly negative on your social media or something, again, mute those voices so that you don't have to listen to people being so negative all of the time. The other part on that is reflect. Reflect on yourself. Are you negative? Are there times when you are? And again, it's okay to vent and frustrate and get those feelings out there, but sometimes it gets too much. So you need to look at yourself as well to make sure that it isn't you that's the negative influence that people aren't liking. The fourth part is we're still on a journey. Yes, we are. Life is a journey, if you like. It's something I would have coached on way before the whole of the COVID situation. We were on a journey before, we're on a journey now. But this is just a journey. There will be light at the end of the tunnel. At some point, things will get back together again. When I coach clients, we start with a 10-year plan. You look out 10 years away and you come back. Every client that I'm working with, still, their 10-year hasn't changed. We then come back to 3 years and their 3-year hasn't changed. Even though we've been in this situation for more than 6 months, we're still finding that there's lots that can be done that can still mean that the 3-year goals can be achieved. It's difficult, but we still have to work through it. Similarly, your year plan, it might be different. There might be different ways of doing it, but it can still be done. We're on the journey, we've got to be in it together, and let's just make our best way through to get out the other side. And the last part to this is, we've done this before. It sounds really odd to be reflecting so quickly after something's happened, but just around 6 months ago, we went into a situation where the whole country ground to a standstill. Hardly anybody was leaving their homes, and we had only the emergency services and the key workers out there working. So we can do this. We've done everything so far already. So if you're worried and frustrated that things aren't going to get any better for you, just remember that we've done it before. Look at what you can be doing now. Look at what you can change, what you can influence. Look at all of the things that you can control. Go out there, control them. Get back into control of what's going on in your world, and make sure that you're ready to go through to the other side. There will be a light at the end of the tunnel. It will get there. So hopefully we'll all be together and happy in a few months' time. Let's find out what happens. Again, if anyone needs any support or guidance on any of these things, give me a shout. Hope that's been informative, and see you in the next video.